The automotive industry comprises a wide range of companies and organizations involved in the design, development, manufacturing, marketing, and selling of motor vehicles. It is one of the world's largest industries by revenue. The automotive industry does not include industries dedicated to the maintenance of automobiles following delivery to the end user, such as automobile repair shops and motor fuel filling stations. The word automotive comes from the Greek autos and Latin motivus, referring to any form of self-powered vehicle. This term, as proposed by Elmer Sperry, first came into use with reference to automobiles in 1898. The automotive industry began in the 1860s with hundreds of manufacturers that pioneered the horseless carriage. For many decades, the United States led the world in total automobile production. In 1929, before the Great Depression, the world had 32,028,500 automobiles in use, and the U.S. automobile industry produced over 90% of them. At that time, the U.S. had one car per 4.87 persons. After 1945, the U.S. produced about 75% of world's auto production. In 1980, the U.S. was overtaken by Japan and then became world's leader again in 1994. In 2006, Japan narrowly passed the U.S. in production and held this rank until 2009, when China took the top spot with 13.8 million units. With 19.3 million units manufactured in 2012, China almost doubled the U.S. production of 10.3 million units, while Japan was in third place with 9.9 million units. From 1970, the number of automobile models in the U.S. has grown exponentially. Safety is a state that implies to be protected from any risk, danger, damage or cause of injury. In the automotive industry, safety means that users, operators or manufacturers do not face any risk or danger coming from the motor vehicle or its spare parts. Safety for the automobiles themselves implies that there is no risk of damage. Safety in the automotive industry is particularly important and therefore highly regulated. Automobiles and other motor vehicles have to comply with a certain number of regulations, whether local or international, in order to be accepted on the market. The standard ISO 26262 is considered as one of the best practice framework for achieving automotive functional safety. In case of safety issues, danger, product defect or faulty procedure during the manufacturing of the motor vehicle, the maker can request to return either a batch or the entire production run. This procedure is called product recall. Product recalls happen in every industry and can be production-related or stem from the raw material. Product and operation tests and inspections at different stages of the value chain are made to avoid these product recalls by ensuring end-user security and safety and compliance with the automotive industry requirements. However, the automotive industry is still particularly concerned about product recalls, which cause considerable financial consequences. In 2007, there were about 806 million cars and light trucks on the road, consuming over 980 billion liters. No longer want to own a car anymore and prefer other modes of transport. Other potentially powerful automotive markets are Iran and Indonesia. Emerging automobile markets already buy more cars than established markets. According to a J.D. Power study, emerging markets accounted for 51% of the global light vehicle sales in 2010. The study, performed in 2010, expected this trend to accelerate. However, more recent reports confirmed the opposite, namely that the automotive industry was slowing down even in BRIC countries. In the United States, vehicle sales peaked in 2000 at 17.8 million units. 1960s. Post-war increase. 1970s. Oil crisis and tighter safety and emission regulation. 1990s. Production started in NICS. 2000s. Rise of China as top producer. 1950s. UK, Germany and France restarted production. 1960s. Japan started production and increased volume through the 1980s. US, Japan, Germany, France and UK produced about 80% of motor vehicles through the 1980s. 1990s. South Korea became a volume producer. In 2004, Korea became No. 5 passing France. 2000s. China increased its production drastically and became the world's largest producing country in 2009. 2010s. India overtakes Korea, Canada, Spain to become fifth largest automobile producer. 2013. The share of China, India, Korea, Brazil and Mexico rose to 43%, while the share of USA, Japan, Germany, France and UK fell to 34%. The OICA counts over 50 countries which assemble, manufacture or disseminate automobiles. Of that figure, only 14 countries currently possess the capability to design original production automobiles from the ground up. Production statistics. OICA. These were the 15 largest manufacturers by production volume in 2017. According to OICA, this is the list of the 15 largest publicly traded car manufacturers by market capitalization as of the 23rd of January 2021. According to companiesmarketcap.com, it has come